Another flimsy Windows creative media. Country music star Johnny Cash is known to have never really shot a man in Reno just to watch him die, from his classic guitar tune, Folsom Prison Blues, familiar to millions. Always be a good boy, Johnny advises in the second verse, and don't ever play with guns. Maybe Shakespeare could have done the same with swords and daggers, and the play's the thing after all. Stage play, screenplay, pay to play, and then all that awful real-life stuff. So take a break, sit back and relax, have some popcorn. No, really. If the pen is perhaps mightier than the sword, how is it that ideas alone can be so hotly contested and painful, even to the point of grotesque distortions between brothers? So it goes, and I'm only in it for the money, when it comes to selling, financing, producing, and releasing as widely as possible to mass audiences, my feature film screenplay project, known as The Fun Gun. Okay, so maybe it's just a self-serving lowlife on speculation gamble reeking of exploitation and heartless oversimplification. I've been writing for print, video and film for many years, but when it comes to gun violence in America, can today's Hollywood and established media really claim Snow White innocence, only because they are only movies and you can turn off the TV if you want? And of course I'm no different than the rest, and I've had my violent action films and movies produced as well. Meanwhile the other hand serves our millions and millions of trusting children and families a steady diet of bloody TV and film violence, endless for all my years. If it bleeds it leads. And I was the 10-year-old kid stomping around the creek beds and hayfields of Central Coast, California in 1969, following my dad around as he hunted rabbits in the evening to feed 9 kids real meat to go with the macaroni noodles and tomatoes, which the kids called son of a gun. Dad had a .22 Magnum over and 12-gauge shotgun under, double-barreled breech-loader rifle, and the corpses of the poor little critters he shot in the cool evening sunsets stank very foul as I carried them over field and stream, and were infested with fleas and ticks. Much like the mind-warping ubiquitous pixelated vulgarity of today's Western mass media dangle, fully capable and able to start wars between nations and peoples, all on their own. Or if not so grandiose, maybe at least a couple of liquor store hold-ups. Fact or fiction? Thou dankish hasty-witted devil incarnate. Don't shoot. Contact me if you would like to be the new legal owner for all rights to this same feature screenplay I am selling. At today's Writers Guild of America rates, I'd guess $60,000, upwards to $250,000. If you know mass market media, you understand how hot this potato really is, even today, October 6, 2017. The Fun Gun is a more comforting, safer view for families. Just like science fiction, an invisible alpha wave DNA level targeted energy field dream of something better, and yet not worse. A non-lethal or not for killing yet effective high-energy people control zapper that doesn't exist today, still seems just out of reach for tomorrow. To be honest, millions of fans of the original Star Trek TV show, the one in the 1960s, will recognize the invention I have in mind. But there are many aspects. And it starts with the idea of not hurting people, which I know you and I share. Being the first full-length feature I'd ever written, in 1987. So I'm revising it to include some other non-lethal high-tech weapons and research, as well as an egghead community of PhD science guys, who create a small town with no guns or deadly weapons allowed, at all. And this is a near-future film play. Can we learn it by about the year 2032 AD? Do we even want to? because I'm a good boy. And so are you. Or a good girl, or somewhere between the twin polarities of indifference and, what's that word? Oh yeah. Hey. And I've never been to Reno, Nevada. Or have I? If you maybe feel the same way, concerning Folsom Prison Blues and how to get there quickly, or even if you don't, let me know your serious interest in buying this intellectual and WGA registered content material from me. Why? To make a cool motion picture about a future in which new science and high-end technology make guns obsolete, because death is obsolete. Thanks for listening. I'm what's his name, from Whereabouts, selling about 104 pieces of paper, with real English lettering and writing on every page. Get the happy zap. It's the Fun Gun for Sale, from Julian Phillips, October 5, 2017. Peace ahimsa. Today's secret word for unconditional love is swim.
This short video is not intended as a political statement or group endorsement with any public policy, advocacy, or opposition.